The previous video explained the operation demonstration of iMuslim time with smart azan watches, clocks, and counter. Now, we will discuss the issue of customers reporting that iMuslim times displays inconsistencies between the prayer times and announced by certain local mosques. The prayer times announced by some mosques are inconsistent with the times provided by many smartphone prayer-specific apps and the Muslim International Organization website. This is a fairly common and normal phenomenon, mainly due to the following reasons, one being differences in calculation methods. Here, the likely factor is different definitions of calculation methods. There are differences in the definition of option parameters for determining prayer times among Islamic legal schools of thought and astronomical calculation methods. From the previous 9 prayer calculation methods, expanding to the current 20 different calculation methods. And the ASR algorithm of the 4 Sunni legal schools of thought is also different. I will now demonstrate how to select different methods and legal schools of thought. Choosing different methods and legal schools of thought will result in some differences in the calculation of prayer times. 2. Differences in geographical location accuracy. The iMuslim time uses latitude and longitude collected by the GPS, Global Positioning System, in smartphones. There may be some distance between it and the mosque. Even if this distance is only 1 kilometer, it can lead to a difference of 1 minute in the display prayer time. 3. Reliance on visual observation. Although the world generally uses a unified calculation formula to calculate prayer times, the initial basis of Islamic jurisprudence is local visual observation of the sun and sky phenomena, dawn, sunset, the disappearance of evening glow, and the length of shadows. Some mosques rely on the imam to observe the actual weather and visibility of the day and adjust the announced time accordingly, especially for Fajr and Maghrib prayers, which may result in differences from the results calculated based on a fixed formula. 4. Mosques adjust community prayer times to facilitate collective prayers for the entire Muslim community. A region's mosques typically coordinate and announce a unified prayer schedule. These prayer times may be based on the precise calculation or astronomical observation of a specific mosque, or take a middle value to ensure the consistency of the times of nearby mosques, avoiding confusion. For practical convenience, mosques may sometimes make minor adjustments within the permissible range, usually a few minutes, to adapt to the local residents' lifestyles or transportation conditions. For example, slightly postpone the Fajr prayer time so that commuters can make it. Follow a specific institutional school. This mosque may follow Islamic jurisprudence. Schools such as Hanafi, Shafi, etc., or a reputable Islamic astronomical calculation institution, such as the Egyptian General Authority for Survey, Al-Qura University Mecca, timetables published by the Islamic Society of North America, the Muslim World League, etc. If the calculation source you use follows a different school or institution, the results will naturally differ. In order to fairly verify the accuracy of the iMuslim times at prayer times, we consult DeepSeek AI for the currently most authoritative prayer time display reference app. Here are the results I got from asking DeepSeek. And according to DeepSeek's prompts, I downloaded and installed two authoritative reference apps. Now we open the iMuslim Times app and Sila and Prayer Times app. These two apps are dedicated apps developed for the convenience of Muslims worldwide by non-profit Muslim organizations abroad. Here's a point to note. The phone's global positioning system GPS must be turned on to get our current latitude and longitude and time zone. Because the accuracy of the GPS varies on the phone, it will lead to slight differences in the calculation. First, we set all the prayer parameters of the two apps to be the same. Here is a comparison of today's 5 prayer times for the 3 apps. Sila did not display the sunrise time. We compared it with the other 5 prayer times. The comparison of several prayer times today can be concluded that the accuracy of the prayer time calculation of iMuslim times is consistent with Sila. Since our time display accuracy is in minutes, the final display time error of 1 minute is reasonable, and only the last prayer time, Isha, differs by 1 minute. In the previous video, I have explained the principle of prayer time calculation. Prayer time is the calculation result of the relationship between the user's location and the solar angle. Therefore, for the same place, the prayer times are different every day. The conclusion is, iMuslim times prayer time calculation is very accurate. If you encounter the prayer time announced by the local mosque, what should we do when the time displayed by the app is different? Follow the time announced by the mosque you often pray at. This is the most important principle. Collective prayer emphasizes community unity as a public practice. Following the mosque's time can ensure you synchronize with other members of the community. If the time difference between the app website and the mosque is large, such as more than 10 to 15 minutes, you can check the app settings to see if you can choose the same calculation parameters as your mosque. To match the prayer time announced by the local mosque, our iMuslim app has an option to manually fine-tune the prayer time, up to 30 minutes in advance or delay. If you are confused about the difference in prayer times, you can politely ask the mosque imam or administrator which institution or calculation method they adopt, and synchronize the prayer settings options in our iMuslim time. Understanding the existence of these differences is normal, and the ultimate goal is to attend the collective prayer on time. Following the time of the local mosque is the best way to ensure this. iMuslim times, in addition to being able to manually adjust the error of prayer time, can also prepare users for prayer in advance when the prayer time is approaching. Lastly, let's briefly talk about the issue of the Qibla direction in iMuslim times. The Qibla direction displayed in the app relies on the GPS of your smartphone. Locating the user's current latitude and longitude, and the angle to the Kaaba in Mecca, the holy site for prayer, a fixed angle calculated, and obtaining the phone's direction through the smartphone's electronic compass to tell the user the correct Qibla direction. The most easily affected here is our smartphone's electronic compass, very easily affected by external strong magnets, causing direction errors, especially on many Android phones. The compass is often inaccurate. Therefore, it is recommended that Android phone users calibrate their phone's electronic compass before. Today, we have verified that the prayer time calculation of iMuslim times is very accurate. Thank you all.